Okay, so I'm going to talk through for my update today for COVID-19 pandemic chronology. Today, Sunday, 26 March 2023, as of filming this, in the city of Shoreline, King County, Washington State, United States of America, planet Earth, the original. Something that came to be during the COVID-19 pandemic, and that was YouTube. So when the COVID-19 pandemic kind of shut stuff down, they increased in YouTube Studio. They kind of set had notifications about increasing human review of videos, and then so like if you upload a video, it's reviewed before it's published. So that's the step so far as I could tell. And then in 2021, yeah, 2021, they introduced copyright checks that kind of system-wide. I didn't have many subscribers. To many, to some, I still don't have a lot of subscribers. To many, I have a lot of subscribers. It's only 1 billion people that have YouTube accounts or something like that. I don't know. Point being, it was 2021, and I had the copyright checks are on movies videos that are uploaded, and like I had one video that just the copyright checks were taking an exorbitant amount of time when the video was like 20 seconds long, and I was like, I'm out of here, goodbye YouTube. And I even did a video on that, and then I got past it, and they improved their copyright checks and stuff, and so I matured and I came back. Like maybe I'll mature and I'll be like, instead of boycotting writing during the 2024 Summer Olympic Games by like opening it up to discussion for other people to contribute on my Wikipedia articles, maybe I'll find a way to build up to that if the situation ever arises in life, right? Like I'm still writing on Wikipedia a lot. I have a bunch of people competing, and I want to like grow other people's contributions to the article. Maybe not just being like, being like, no, let's take the time to make it right. So like maybe the conditions arrive at the 2028 Summer Olympic Games, or like the 2080 Summer Olympic Games, or the 2089 Olympic Games, right? Because they do change the spacing of Olympic Games, and there has been an Olympic Games held in an odd year. The 2020 Summer Olympic Games were held in 2021. So never know what scheduling oddities there can be. That has happened before, even just like the switching of every 4-year cycle that resulted in like, was it a summer and a winter Olympic Games being held the same year or something, and one was like 2 years apart from the last. So it's kind of all over the place. There's not really a universally consistent frequency. So I'm saying like, okay, in the future, maybe I take and do a very methodical and respectful, build it up so it's like fostering discussion, and how do we go about getting people to contribute to the page, and what would it allow that, right? If there's not a lot of writers out there, don't want to waste it either, right? I want to make sure that there are other writers there, be it newbies or people who've been around a while who maybe they want to contribute, but yeah, making sure there's a good pool so there's still coverage kind of thing. So yeah, so so that takes maturing and figuring out how to do it. And so like the copyright checks on YouTube, it's taking getting used to. And then so I ran into my first like music stuff. I purposefully film my videos to minimize or not have music in my videos, like in the background. So I will like purposefully not eat in restaurants and stuff. But I was like, because they have these new YouTube checks, copyright checks that have come into existence during the COVID-19 pandemic, at least on my YouTube channel, that's the case. I was the mass affected, not a experimental channel kind of thing for that. And that then they later rolled it out to everybody. I was the later rolled out to everybody. And if there was an experimental phase. And so with the music stuff, I'm going to talk through, since it was my first time getting like, there are songs in this movie, this video, that the musical artists allow the music to be used on YouTube. So I got like a notice of that, and I hadn't gotten that before because I avoid those things. And so a long time ago, I read about like some of the music stuff, and there's like, I was like, they had different options, and they have different options. And like if somebody says, like the musical artist finds the video and says they don't want that in that video, there's 3 different approaches. And then, so there are these copyright checks that are run. So I'm going to put links to a article or support page on Google for Google support that talks about the copyright checks, or gives a little blurb of information about the copyright checks that are run when a video is uploaded to YouTube. So I'll put that in the video description, as well as a link to the webpage on Google support that talks about what the options that are provided for if somebody's like, this is my song and I don't want it in your video, kind of thing. So there's 3 options per, like, that I read about, and at the time of me reading the Google support webpage and what I'm linking to. So this is like at the time. This is filmed Sunday, 26 March 2023. So the first option is trim the segment out. So like if the music is in the background for 5 minutes, just cut out all 5 minutes of the video. Then there's replace the song. So it'd be like remove the song audio and then put a different song in. And then the third option is remove the song and keep the rest of the audio. So that'd be like remove the song and have no replacement song, and, but retain the rest of the video audio. So it's not muting the entire video, it's just muting the song. Before I started uploading videos of myself to my YouTube channel, I read up on this, and it preceded my first uploading to this channel, which was like approximately 2017. I uploaded and published public and private a bunch, and then deleted like the same video like 9 times or something like that, just to see what like at the beginning was kind of like, how does this even work? And there have been videos I've deleted and stuff, and I guess that's an option too, right, is deleting a video. But that wasn't the options that were kind of discussed, right? The deleting a video is pretty self-explanatory, so I'm guessing that's why it wasn't on there. But I think of those 3, like I chose the approach of not engaging with the song so it can easily be muted, kind of thing, and not affect like what I was saying in the video or the meaning of it, because I didn't engage in with the song in the first place. Versus like if there's a song playing and somebody starts talking about the song and like working it into their life story or something, or like, this song means a lot to me, or I listen to the song every day, or something like that, it might be kind of weird if the song is then muted. So I did not do that, and I do not do that. I have, as a rule, I came up with it before I uploaded my first video to this YouTube channel in 2017. It's still public anyway. I don't have any private videos currently. A rule of thumb is, if there's music, I do not engage with the music. Kind of thing, just for that reason of don't know what the musicians are going through in their life, right? Respecting that, if they don't want it, making it easy to remove the song from the video while still keeping the video. I personally like that option because it's my video, right? And like, it could have been a tape or a playlist that the restaurant bought, and they just bought the batch, so they didn't really, like, the individual song might not have been their choice anyway. So there's a little bit of keeping like ownership, so to speak, of the video when it is my video, and especially if the song choice wasn't like chosen by anybody, kind of thing, especially in a public space. So yeah. So that's kind of how it's come into my YouTube specific in terms of like how I approach songs and the background and kind of stuff, is avoid it for me. And then if it's there, not to engage with the song. Some people might just trim the segment out entirely because they wanted the song. That's not how I approach it, but for some people that might be. And then the other one is replacing the song. So like some people might be like, they can't stand the silence of not having the song. So they might replace it with something else, kind of thing. not speaking from experience, just speaking of, I've known and talked about different people, like when I was thinking about this YouTube channel and conceptualizing it. It's amazing how diverse the perspectives on having a YouTube channel and operating the channel and coming up with video conceptualization. Like how I want something, but then like there's like 3 other people who want something, and we all have like this is what we want, and it's none of us want the same thing. And so I think YouTube's kind of great in that sense of like, if one wants to have one's original ideas out there, like people can actually want what they want and have like 0 overlap, which is really cool. Or at least that's the kind of the cohort, so to speak, of people that I talked about it with we gained a lot of respect for each other for like realizing, wow, we really just are that quirky and different from each other, which was really kind of cool. So that's my video update. Is these copyright checks came into existence, at least on my channel, during the COVID-19 pandemic, and now that I have a little bit of experience with reading up on and kind of thinking through, it was like, oh yeah, blast the past of, I did actually think about this, over this is the 7th year, so approximately 7 or more years ago, I thought of me publishing videos on this channel. So 7 or more years ago, I actually thought through, just don't engage with the song. And that's what I've done. But music can be a big deal, can possibly be no deal, not a non-issue. But I'm gonna guess that really depends on both on the YouTuber, the video, or the video might matter most, and then the musical artists. So happy COVID-19 update and kind of some YouTube logistics that I've continued learning about.